Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Garage Golf Simulator. This is TurbodTalon Golf. Today is Tuesday, the 27th of January in the year of our Lord, Jesus Christ, 2026. And we're going to be playing some golf on the GS Pro software with the ProTee VX launch monitor, as per the usual. There may be some foul language, and we're going to play... I'm going to show you some TikToks. They may be good, they may be bad. We'll see. TurbodTalon's Golf League, that is my league. We're going to go ahead and play that. And we're also going to try to squeeze in the No Pros League. I have chosen these settings for my league today. We got 6,400 yard tees because the next tee box was 5,700 yard. So I opted to go long instead of short. This is Serenity Falls, Utah. I don't know if this is a real course or not. I didn't bother to check, but I am going to try to run through all the Utah courses on GS Pro before I start branching into other stuff. Except for that Cheyenne Country Club one that I did from Cheyenne, Wyoming. My wife and I were stationed there when I was in the military, and I honestly did not know there was a golf course up there, so that kind of took me by surprise when I saw that in the list of courses. But back to this, we got 8-foot gimmies, soft greens, normal fairways. Tournament's going to be at about 3,900 feet above sea level because we're in Utah. Let's kick this off. Guys, I'm using Ping I2 irons. It's impossible to get anything to show up in this camera. They're the I2 Pluses, red dot, and I'm using the Ping I2 1, 3, 1, 5, and 3 woods here. Can we get that in there? They're like laminated wood. They're not persimmon. We got a persimmon coming in the mail, but it isn't here yet. There we go. Everything's backwards for me. That's why it looks like I've had too many beers. I didn't warm up, and that's probably all you care about. Long day at work. I haven't been sleeping very well. Yada, yada, yada. What do we got? Do we got a... I feel like playing a Pro V today. I feel like playing a Pro V today, but I'd have to find one that wasn't marked. What is this? I don't want to play that either. How about a TaylorMade? I just don't want to play these cheap golf balls. Oh, that one's marked too. Maybe I got something in my bag over here. What do I got in the bag? Here's a TaylorMade TP5. We can rock that today. It's not too beat up, but if it keeps getting beat up, we'll bag it. Serenity Falls. I think somebody just used this for their league. I can't be sure. I can't be sure. Can't be sure of anything. All right, we still got a long ways to go here. It looks like we're going to be going uphill. That is a very, very unfortunate lie. Well. 220 out of this lie. I don't think we can get out of here. It's going to want to jettison to the right. 236 up 10 yards. Got to be a little judicious with whatever club we choose here, because I got to get out of here. That's crazy that rolled back into that bunker. Guys, based on what I'm seeing here, I don't think this is a real golf course in Utah. Huh. Well, looks like we're having that kind of a round. So we're going out of a bunker 190 yards. Let's just hit this club again. Oh, wow. You guys are witnessing something awesome here. Let's not underestimate how kind of cool and rare it is for you to hit 3 consecutive bunkers. Right? All right, so we're on in 4. We're taking a classic TurbodTalon, probably bogey here on number 1. Good times to be had by all. 26, 27 feet. Can it get in? No, I think that's a bogey. That's okay. That was a very unfortunate hole there. Very unfortunate golf hole. Number 2 is a 370-yard par 4. Is that right? Did I read that right? We'll try to get up here somewhere in this region. There's a pretty good chance of us hitting a tree. But that's all right. Still not real sure how high to tee up these Ping I2 woods, if I'm being honest. If I'm being honest, I'm not sure how high to tee them up. Oh, that was unfortunate. Guys, the physics when you're bouncing off objects in GS Pro range from the ball looking like it hit into a sponge and dropped straight to the ground to the complete opposite of that, which is what you just saw, where the ball basically jettisoned off of the object and took quite a bit of distance from us. But let's see if we can get down there. We are at altitude. I think we're at almost 4,000 feet here, and I think this is a fictional course. All right, too far. We'll get everything dialed in here momentarily, and by then it will be time to go to the next course, and it'll probably be at sea level or something, and we'll have to recalibrate everything. Fun stuff. That was almost a good chip. This putt looks super flat though, like nothing going on at all. 12 feet. Saved us a par there. What do we got on number 3? 158 yards. The green's got some stuff around it. I'd say that's probably a little too much club, and we're at altitude. So let's try a 7-iron. Hey, back patio golfer, what's going on? Back patio asks how I'm liking the beta version of GS Pro. It's not bothering me too bad, honestly. I think I might have just put a ball in the drink though. Please sit. Sit. All right. I don't know if this is where you would drop, because that's where the ball entered the hazard. So maybe that is where you would drop. But it looks like we slapped the ball a little bit, slapped it and tickled it. Good shot. It's crazy, that's still a bogey. Back patio golfer says his cables for his projector would be here on Thursday, will be here on Thursday. Here being Mobile, Alabama. He's running his projector in, he was using Bluetooth to cast to the projector. And I don't know how much bandwidth Bluetooth can carry. I've never really looked at that. I guess it would probably depend on the protocol you were using. But when you have a projector and your launch monitor hooked up, maybe that's just a bit too much. I am unsure. Guys, if you're new to the stream, it looks like I'm a terrible golfer off the tee. I am indeed not. I have the occasional leaky drive. I have the occasional drive that slices over to the right. But whatever it is very pronounced here in the simulator. In most of my on-course videos, my drives are fairly straight. They might leak to the right or the left a little bit, but GSPRO, not GSPRO necessarily, but GSPRO kind of enhances it, but it's data coming from the launch monitor. And now we've got an awful long ways to go. We're on a longer par 4, so we got 250 to the pin. I don't have a lot of options here, especially out of the rough. So what I'm going to do is just hit this ping I2 3-wood, and maybe we send up a little prayer and hope we can get through these trees. But basically the slicing off the tee in the simulator is the bane of my existence. You can see that it happens with all the longer shafted clubs, so your fairway woods. I've got a 1-iron through sand wedge here for the pings. It basically happens with all of those clubs that are a little bit longer. Everything's properly calibrated. I'm not real sure what the problem is, but it's kind of something I've just started working around. And that's really all I had for you. We're probably due for a TikTok. We'll fast forward this ball. You can see it's rolling closer to the hole, which is kind of nice. And we may be looking at our 3rd bogey in a row. Most of them induced by our tee shot, actually. So I need to start aiming a little bit more to the left. We've had a couple of close putts. And again, this is my league. This is the TurbodTalon Golf League on SGT, and it's at what I think is a fictional golf course here in Utah called Serenity Falls. Hey, Flying Fat Kid's in the chat. He's popping in. He's a hard-working dude. He's got a young family. He can't stay long, but we're glad to have him. How you doing, sir? For golf's sake, Tim's in the chat. He says, "G'day, mate." G'day, Tim. Hope you're doing well. And Back Patio says 5 wood help a lot better out of the rough, has more loft. Yeah, I got it up pretty good with the 3-wood, but I don't really trust anything that goes on here in the simulator. I just hit the club that's going to help me score the best. Flying Fat Kid says he'll have to play Serenity Falls tomorrow. Dude, you've played this a few times. I think you used it for one of your leagues. You will recognize this as soon as you fire up the round because there's a like weird looking bunker right in the middle of the fairway. And Flying Fat Kid says he's only here for the TikToks. We've got a few. I wouldn't say any of them are ringers. And then Tim for golf's sake says, how did it go with the Dremel? I don't have the putter yet. It's still on its way in from eBay. But I do have some vinegar, and I ordered a bunch of the Scotch-Brite attachments for my Dremel on Amazon. So we'll have all of that stuff here momentarily. Let's see what I got from TikTok. My OBS casting software is being kind of strange. I'm doing the best I can here, but the chat box is locked to this monitor. I can't actually move it. And it's done this before, but I can't be bothered to figure it out. If you guys can't tell, I'm I've got 2 tickets to Iron Maiden. So this TikTok has sound. We're going to go ahead and turn that down. That was some Wheatus. Guys, there's so much shit going on here that I don't understand. My phone volume's all the way down, but we're getting the sound from the TikToks coming through. Yeah, guys, I wouldn't say I'm tech stupid, but right now it kind of seems as if I am tech stupid. Anyway, let's check out a TikTok here. Let's see what this first gal says. She's got her kid with her. We won't talk too much shit because we don't want to talk shit in front of the kid. And then this Lonely Screen casting software is going to ask me to give it some money. I will not. All right, 10 minutes later, here we go. So this is Renee Ruiz. She must be of some Hispanic something. She says, just be yourself. Okay, I did. Now I have 3 baby daddies, 4 children, 2 being babies. 2 being babies. So she's got, okay, out of her 4 children, 2 are babies, an ex-husband, and a group of women who hate me. What now? If you were being yourself and this is the situation you're in now, I would say good on you. I think that's a box of Franzia boxed wine behind her back there in the background. Just kidding, it probably isn't. I don't have a lot to say about this TikTok. There's a child in it, so I don't want to talk too much shit. I got a soft spot in my heart for children, even though I don't have any. Maybe Renee should have... She has 3 baby daddies, 4 children, an ex-husband, and a group of women who hate her. I would say Renee was probably, if Renee's being herself and this is what happened to her, she's maybe a bit of a shitty person. Because there's a bunch of women who hate her. I don't know. Let's delete that one and hope the next one's better. The next one's okay. It's not about women or men or kids or sluts or OnlyFans. It's about a subject I don't think we've covered here on the channel. So hopefully you like potty humor. Guys, we need to hit this like, I don't know, 160-ish yards. And we're at altitude. So we need to be pretty careful about the club we choose. Water's probably not an issue. I put one in the water earlier. I'm not sure what happened there, but That was 110% the wrong club there. How did we hit? The strike felt okay. 80 mile an hour club speed, which is fine. What do we got in the chat? Guys, I'm tired as shit. I'm sorry. Back patio's got to go. Yeah, see you later, sir. Thanks for coming in. Licks and Nibbles is back in the chat. He says you could also try Mother's Mag and aluminum polish along with a Dremel felt tips. Yeah, we'll see. It's an old Ping Answer putter, and I can get to everywhere I need to get to except for the back cavity. All right. Yesterday the chipping and putting feel was on point, but it's not today, guys. That's kind of just golf. You got to learn to ignore it. I think as the rounds progress, I'll get my feels back, but right now it's like just one bogey after another. I think we got a par on one of the holes. Okay, we'll aim over to the left because you know we're slicing like a dirty son of a bitch in the simulator. Don't really slice outside. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. That's kind of the thick and thin of it. So on that shot, I moved the ball closer to the middle of my stance, and I put my back foot back real far to really close up my stance. You can see it was a little heely, but it almost doesn't matter what I do. I still come over the top in the simulator according to the launch monitor. Not really anything that I've been able to fix as of yet. Let's assume this 3-wood's gonna slice. A little bit of a fadey power slice there. That was 2 pretty good shots. So I'm thinking this is a par 5. I am using higher than the recommended number of clubs, so I don't have enough room on my rack here. 76 yarder. Not bad. This is for birdie. It's leaking a little bit from left to right. I might be able to sneak this into the cup. So we're going 15 feet. Let's give it a shot. It's going to play more like 12. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nopety, 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 nope. What do we got here? We'll just aim way over to the left of this fairway. I think some of these holes at Serenity Falls start to get trickier the further you get into the course. Like you can see, stuff's sort of starting to tighten up. Like if I mishit this ball or hook this ball, it's going to go into the water. We're playing the slice. You can see that it really doesn't matter what I do with these longer clubs. It's always showing me coming over the top. But that's the last I'll mention about it. It's nothing that I have figured out how to fix. 175 to the pin, so we probably want to hit about 170, maybe 168 with these softer grains. Did that not even register a shot? That's kind of funny. Did we get a molly there? We got a molly. Molly, molly, molly. Uh-oh, I think we disconnected. This launch monitor misses maybe 1 out of 2,000 balls here. But it's saying we're connected. And when I roll it out of here, it disconnects. And now it's back. The launch monitor is not capturing any data either. So I think it's the launch monitor. Let's go ahead and reboot. Oh, Crushing It came in too. He'll usually come in and hang out for a minute and then dip. He's probably a busy dude. Okay, what's our launch monitor connector doing here? We got nothing. We'll go to settings. We'll go to game, system. I don't know why they needed to move everything. Okay, now we're red again on the connector. Let's restart lab software again. If this won't work, we'll just end the live stream. It's already 4:15, so no harm, no foul, right? Hopefully our connector goes green. Okay, connector went green. Hopefully it sees the golf ball here. It's saying not ready. It's saying it's disconnected. You guys, I so rarely have any technical difficulties with this launch monitor. Like, it's just kind of it's a dream. It's a little bit expensive, but it puts out good data. Finding ball. All right, we should be good to go. I got my connector back. All right. Let's get to it. What were we doing? Hitting a club 5 times in a row? Okay, it got that toey one though. It got that toey one. That reminds me of when you're behind a really slow group on the golf course and you wait so goddamn long to take your shots that you like forget how to golf between shots. It's really frustrating. We try to never be the slow group. Like, I can film around a golf and we can still be pulling away from the group behind us. Guys, I don't have any feels today. Hopefully we get them back before we're done with a couple of rounds, but nothing feels right here. And we are looking at a double bogey unless I can sink this. So we're having a pretty rough round, and I wouldn't say the course has even started beating up on us yet. You guys, some days you're just going to have rounds like this. Like I think we're already up to like 7 over, 6 over. It just happens sometimes. You can get mad about it, or you can just keep on moving along. Okay, if we get to the end of this fairway here, 200 and something odd yards. Hopefully we don't have tree trouble. We got a little left bounce there. That's nice. It's 6,400 yards using an old freezing cold driver. That was 3 wood or 5 wood or something. But we're probably not going to have a whole lot of birdie looks. I just don't really have any feel right now. No feel, no feel. I'm tired. Tomorrow is Wednesday though, and this is my short week, so that's nice. That's nice. We are going to be short of the circle, so it's probably going to be a pretty rough round. Let's just knock it out, get the reps in, and move on to the No Pros League. Is that a double, a single? Just a regular single bogey there. What hole are we on? Let's look at a TikTok. Maybe that'll cheer me up. We are doing this thing here. You guys, this one's semi-interesting. I'm sorry, I had a long day. The creator's name is Elijah. And it says, did you know that every time you take a dump, you're supposed to wash your behind with soap and water? Should be a comma there. Using tissue alone is not a sanitary thing. You are still leaving behind fecal matter using white toilet tissue is insanitary. I think Elijah might not be, English may not be Elijah's primary language, which is okay. I don't really key in on things like that. But if I needed to wash my ass with soap and water every time I took a dump, and I'm sure this applies to a lot of the people who are listening in right now, I wouldn't get a whole lot done, and I would have to be remote work or something. I couldn't wash my ass with soap and water over at the building I work at over here. So I don't know why he's saying it. There may be some truth to it. I didn't fact check it. But if that were the case, that would be a little bit time consuming. It'd probably be hard to have a day job. In addition to that, nobody's eating out of my asshole or drinking out of my asshole or performing surgery in my asshole. My asshole doesn't necessarily need to be sanitary for all intents and purposes, right? It looks like we are to the part of Serenity Falls where our already pretty shitty score could start getting a lot shittier. I'll just see if I can't park something somewhere between these two ponds or whatever they are. But that was an interesting TikTok there. Wiping your ass with toilet paper is not sanitary. Well, I mean, did anybody think it was sanitary? I mean, I don't think I did ever thought that was sanitary. But I'm not doing anything down there where I need it to be sanitary. I don't know. We are probably going to be wet. Yeah, let's see where it'll drop us. That wasn't a very good shot. Broke another one of those fucking cheesy K2Ts. What's our next option? Can we move back? Looks like we can. And then maybe hit up in this direction. 200 and something yards there. Yeah. Guys, I'm not really feeling these rounds of golf. Let's get our reps in and get out of Dodge here. Oh, we're having a rough go, boys and girls. Maybe I can get a better shot here. What's our next option? Move back. Drop ball. Okay, let's try a different club here. I know I am not going to hit over here, though. I'm still going to go this way. Oh, this way. Yeah, don't over here somewhere. Oh, we hit a fucking collider. Don't go in the water. Man, come on, GS Pro. Why would a little branch deflect your shot that much? Guys, I don't even have energy to complain. And that's a lot coming from me. Oh, I hate these K2Ts so bad. What else do I have? We'll just hit off the deck from here on out. It won't really matter. We're already racking up a lot of strokes and we're still a long ways from the pin. 180. Let's just get our repetitions in here. You guys, we had a pretty boring live stream, I think, last week. It was just utter boringness. This one's shaping up to be the same. For golf's sake, says he was on Temu a few days ago and then had to leave the room, came back, and my 6-year-old son had my phone. A Temu Lab DF3's on its way. Hey, dude, you don't have to blame your son. Joe Legowski bought one. Joe Legowski bought a Temu, I think, or AliExpress or whatever it is. He said he could barely tell the difference between the two of them. He said the only difference he could tell, I think, was the Acra shaft. So that's kind of funny, dude. Also, something I'm noticing, check this out. This ball saver on the back of my Lab putter, can you see it? Here? Look, this ball goes right through it. This TaylorMade TP5 goes right through it. Most balls won't go through it. So this ball's a little bit small. There's nothing rubbed off of it or anything. It's just a little bit small. Maybe because it's a bit chilly in here. It's hard to tell. But that's kind of funny. Let's hit off this little bottle cap size tee here with the 1 wood. So you could see that ball started out straight and then it zinged off to the right. Open face there. All right, 123 out of the rough. It's a little chilly in this bitch. I don't think that's our number, guys. Oh shit, it was. Stop. All right, there will be no breaks. If you guys go in and play this league, Serenity Falls is, it's not too difficult, but it's kind of starting to ratchet up the difficulty level here on the back nine. 17 footer, let's just get her up there. Yeah, this ball goes right through this putter. Maybe mine's a Temu putter. All right, let's aim way over to the left because we're gonna slice the ball. Oh. We're still going to be over in the right-hand bunker, if you can believe that. Pretty crazy, guys. Pretty crazy. What's in the chat? For golf's sake, says he'll have to do a video on the fake lab putter. He was thinking of buying one, but his son made the final choice. At least he didn't choose a pink one, says Tim. 134 to the pin. We're going out of a bunker. We really need to hit the hell out of this ball here. You guys, I was getting to the point where I could hit my my Ping G425s. I could come in to out with my swing path, but something has left the area here. That wasn't bad. It ain't gonna be hard to beat me on this round this week. 179 playing 169, 160. So we want to hit 150s. We were thinking of doing Temu Lab putters as white elephant gifts for Christmas, but we never did it. Six, seven, putter, 430, 58 yards, 58 feet, excuse me, with a lot more than that. I don't know, 80 something, 70 something. It might hang in the circle, but it's leaking bad. It's still going too. Let's hit the fast forward button here. For par, what do we got? 19 feet, 20 feet. No, sir. No, sir. And that was barely pushed. For golf's sake, says he's making a putter from scratch soon. Will be brass persimmon tungsten weights. Brass and persimmon with tungsten weights. Going to be a long video. I would imagine that would be a very long video. All right, guys, we are officially above the 10 over par threshold. So we're not going to really belabor this part of the video anymore. I'm just going to grab a club and swing it. We have no chance of scoring well here anymore, so I'm just going to hit the ball. There we go. This is going to turn more into a range session here. We got 400 to the pin. We want to land down in this area, but it's down 34. I can't go that far. If it's down 34, we need to hit about 210, maybe 220. Let's hit the 2-iron and get down to that second landing. Okay, what do we got now? 150 out of regular rough. So we need to hit a pretty hot club. It's downhill though. Okay, we hit a collider there, so we might be wet. Hell no, we're going to be right by the pin. That's kind of funny. Oh, that's kind of funny. All right, what do we got for a putt-ski here? 20-footer, slightly uphill. Right through the back of the circle. What do we got? Another one? Okay, what now? What do we got now? 163 down a couple of yards. Let's try to hit like a 158-yard shot. Okay, what do we need now? A sandy sand wedge. 20 yards up. Now we are putting. We're putting. Guys, once you get so far behind on a round, there's really no point in like triangulating everything and overthinking everything. Just get your reps in. We know we got another round after this to play. You got to know when to throw in the old towel. We're 12 over. Let's aim way over. We got to get to the left side of the tee box here. And we're going to aim way over here. And watch this ball slice, because that's what it does in here. And we should... I feel like we still might hit the tree though, which is kind of shitty, but we should be fine. That sliced way more than I thought it would. You guys, I literally cannot, I can't figure out how to not slice in the simulator. We're trying to play it the best we can here. All my friends that come in here do it too. What do we got? We got 130 to the pin out of deep. Let's hit this club here. And it's going to want to go to the right. So you can aim a little bit to the left on this and you should be all right. Sand wedge, because that's my loftiest club here, 22 yards. We might need it again. Here, let's tell it. I'm too lazy to get my wedge. Putter, lob wedge. Okay, what do we got now? 16's a 330 par 4. Let's hit us a nice slicey driver. Slicey driver. Way over to the left of the fairway here. There we go. That should come back in. There you go. What else we got here? 90, we're getting shorter, we're getting shorter. Let's hit a sand wedge here from 80 out. Maybe choke up just a smidge. What do we got here? Let's chip off the green because I'm too lazy to get my putter. Okay, what do we got here for 17? 380 par 4. Nice slicey shot, I'm guessing. Oh, what? Let's do an experiment here. I'm gonna open my stance up 90 degrees like Jim Venetos does. Nope. We should be on the fairway though. 153, playing 140, let's call it 145. What do we got here? 95-foot putt. It's breaking left. Okay, what do we got? 368 yard par 4. Guys, I'm sorry, I feel like shit. It's gonna go over there. Oh. You can see that swing was pretty shallow. Still no dice. It's still saying we came over the top quite a bit. Yeah. All right. What do we got here? 152 to the pin. Good shot. Rolling toward the old pin there. Downhill leaker. 15 feet, I'd say. That should end the round. And I changed my scorecard to show shapes, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, guys, that's a throwaway round. That's 15 over. That's not very good golf for me. I'm a 15, 16 handicap in real life. Just not a good round. Let's get out of here and go check out the No Pros League. We'll get our reps in and we will be done here in the garage. Where'd it go? No Pros League is Commish Home Coras, Western Hills CC. I'm guessing he didn't spell check his stuff before he posted it. Probably shouldn't do that. Western Hills Country Club, never heard of it. 5,900 yard tees, 5 foot gimmies, normal, 500 feet above sea level, 10 stimp, that kind of blows. I don't know why people need to use 10 stimp. Let's play. Oh my God. I wish my body would figure out whether it wants to get sick or not. Guys, let's go back to the Big Daddy G430 driver. Do I have a T? Not sure if I have a T. This one might work. Where'd my T go? I mean, part of it's here. Let's go back to the Big Daddy driver. It's going to accentuate the slices, but at least we'll be going further when we do it. Western Hills Country Club. And we'll just aim out here over these trees. Back to the G430 driver. Okay, we got a buck into the pin here. 240, we got a buck into the pin. What's my buck club at 500 feet? Let's try the 9-iron. That might be the club. That checked up pretty good for normal greens, normal fairways. But just when you think you know GS Pro, you need to think again. Get in that hole. All right, guys, life's a little bit easier when you're getting further off the tee. I really want to like these old ping woods, but they are so fucking hard to hit. Oh, we don't even need driver. We're at 123. They're hard to hit in the simulator. They're not hard to hit outside. I should have given more detail. It's almost like we're playing soft fairways, normal greens. The way these are acting. 42 plus 19, 52 feet. Moving right along, 400 yards on this par 4. We're hitting the G430. I broke down. We're back to the normal driver. I think I forgot to aim to the left side of the fairway. That is my bad. Okay, what do we got? 150 with a tailwind. Let's just aim for the center of the green. Ish. Sand wedge. Short little bump and run here. Is it Mr. Trey Taylor? I don't think I've seen you in the chat. It's not Sim Heaven, it's Sim Hell. But welcome to the chat. We're glad to have you. If you have any questions, let us know. Tell us where you're from, what kind of clubs you play, what your handicap is. We listen to stories of all sorts. We listen to all stories. This is a pretty boring live stream by most accounts. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. Where are we going to be here? What do we got? We're kind of speeding along, Trey. I think that's your name. TRE, but the E is a 3 is a E, if I'm not mistaken. We've still got 150 yards to go. We're going to need to punch out of this lie. What do we got? We're in normal rough. Let's punch with a 5-iron. Sit. These greens are pretty nasty, guys. They're pretty unforgiving. We can only hope our ball will stop where it's supposed to. We got a Parsky. Let's look at a shitty TikTok. I think we're way overdue for a shitty TikTok. The last one we had was about the toilet. We'll delete this one. We'll go, what do we got for the next one? This gal seems nice. Her name's Jennifer. She just seems, she has really very kind looking eyes here. I don't typically say that about people. Jennifer says, one thing I learned about being in a relationship, you half. She used the word HALF. I don't know if that was intended or not because she's talking about 50-50 here. I'm assuming she meant have. You have to give 50 and they have to give 50 to make it work. Don't be a lazy woman. Meet your man in the middle and help. This is probably just the most normal TikTok we looked at in a long time. Jennifer, we appreciate your wisdom. I agree 110%. It's not about man math this and woman math that or child support this or baby daddy that. It's about meeting your partner halfway, 50-50 in the middle, and getting shit done. Raising those kids, doing whatever it is you do. Do it 50-50. So thank you, Jennifer. That's one of the best TikToks we've seen here in a long time. We know we're nursing a nasty slice. Let's aim all the way over to the left. Maybe we can drive this green. You're going to lose a lot of distance when it's that loopy, but we should be in the fairway. Uh, 48 yards, let's hit a sandy sand wedge. That was a little bit overcooked. Overcooked is the term I would use. Let's go ahead and putt here, you guys. These greens are a little, they're a little nasty. You can see this sucker's over 25 feet. We dropped 13 inches of elevation. So we really only need to hit like a like 10 or 11 foot putt to get it to the circle. Hopefully it's in. Okay, we'll take that. That was pretty lucky. 344. Let's give the old Ping I2 one wood another chance. Guys, it's never your equipment. It's usually always you. Just fun fact there. It's usually you're the problem. Unless you're playing some nasty old broke-ass clubs, which is not what I'm playing. It's probably you. You're the problem. There was the Ping I2, one wood. Pretty respectable looking shot. Still only went 208 though. We are going up a pretty sizable hill here though. 142. That was a very overcooked shot for a 7-iron for old clubs with higher lofts. Uh-oh. Something you probably wouldn't do outside, but is very easy to do in old GS Pro. We were doing so well. All right, go ball, go. Now we got a putt. I think these greens have been pretty nasty throughout most of the round. 40 feet plus, like we need like 65 feet of feel here. All right, that was a pretty rough hole. Hey Jack, welcome to the chat. Jack says, showing love from upstate New York. I love the content, keep it up. Spring can't come soon enough. I agree. But I also kind of don't miss sweating through my shirt during every round. But yeah, spring, early summer, 100%. I appreciate the shout out. I appreciate you supporting the content. All of that stuff. Look, it is so hard to not slice in the sim. Hopefully we're okay. Get left. Okay, it ain't gonna get left. 144. 144. Up a hill out of the rough. Little short there. Let's take a look at the numbers here. Launch monitor carry was 142, which is certainly short. And you can see we lost, I don't know, 15 yards of carry. Were we in the rough? We must have been in the rough. Oh, that stinks, guys. That really stinks. These are pretty deceiving greens. Let's putt with the chipper here. Not really feeling it in the simulator. I hate to do it to you guys, but not every day can be a winner. 140 to the pin. Little bit of a tailwind. And that's going way left, dude. Good shot, though. It looks like it landed about pin high, which is all you can really ask for. 21. Yeah, guys, these greens are brutal. Up 18 plus 9 is 27. We're just getting some reps in today, guys. I feel like poo-poo. Poo-poo and doo-doo. Let's just aim for this little area over here. And we should be G to G with the G to G bar. Get down there. Go, 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 go. Let's speed this up here. We still got 225 to the pin up. Let's decide what we're hitting. Let's hit a 5 wood off the deck. You obviously you're not gonna hit it anywhere else than off the deck because you don't have a choice. You can't tee back up here in the fairway. She's short, but it's a par 5 if I'm not mistaken. Let's check out a shitty TikTok. Jennifer, thank you for the TikTok. I know you're a big fan of the channel. Here's another complaining woman. So Jennifer's gone. We've got this gal now. Her name is Arden, wife, mama. Arden says, funny how dad bods are acceptable, but mom bods aren't when we are the ones creating the babies and going through body changes. Arden, I've got some bad news for you. Dad bods are acceptable, and not all women like them, but dad bods are acceptable because you guys accept them. There's people saying shit in magazines and on the internet saying dad bods are hot. But because men are such visual beings, some of us don't think that mom bods are hot. That's nothing you can control. But women have said that dad bods are hot. You guys clearly, in some way, shape, or form, like what you see. Just because dudes don't all like mom bods doesn't mean that we're bad people. Men are very visual beings. Women are not. Get the fuck over it. You guys make the rule. You guys are the gatekeepers of sex. Change the status quo. Say you're not going to accept dad bods anymore and everybody needs to look like fucking Brad Pitt when he was doing Fight Club. You have 100% control over that. So stop saying how shit's not fair and do something about it. There you go, Arden. You guys, the opinions expressed on this live stream are my own. They are no one else's. And you can feel free to disagree with me if you like. In fact, I'm sure a lot of you do. That felt a little hot, probably past the pin. Shit, it's past the entire green. Ooh, you guys, this is going to be rough. Be good to me. Be good to me. Yes. Did we sneak out of there with a Parsky? Okay, guys, we're 3 over after 9. What do we got here? Didn't we already play this hole? I think Western Hills Country Club might be the same holes back to back. Maybe not. It goes in the same exact order though. No, it doesn't. Number 3 is a par 4 and number 12 is a par 5. So it can't be the same holes back to back. I'm basically just full of shit as usual. But let's continue. Let's move right along here in a timely manner. This just looks a lot like the first hole we played, is all I'm saying. One something to the pin. How far up are we? 147. Huh. Close, we'll take it. That was a little bit fat. Took a little too much mat there. 13 yards. We putting, we're putting. We should be able to make this 8 feet of feel. Chat's pretty quiet. We've had a few shitty TikToks. We need to hit about $140 here. I'd say you'd be pretty happy with that outside. It's a leaker. Not unlike a clinker. We're scooting along at a pretty good clip. Let's check out another TikTok. This person's name is Nick. There's Nick. Nick thinks he's a badass. He's a skinny little dude. You can see some abs there. Must have his diet under control. Good job, Nick. It says it really grinds his gears to see people lifting in running shoes. Your Nikes are not meant for squatting. Nick, who gives a fuck, buddy? If they weren't wearing shoes, you'd bitch about how unsanitary it was. You ever seen one of those dudes squatting in the gym with no shoes on? You'd be bitching about that too. Who gives a fuck if they're wearing shoes or clogs or Crocs or fucking hey dudes? Who gives a shit what kind of shoes they're wearing? Do you not have better things to do, bro? It grinds your gears when someone wears the wrong type of shoes to squat. Dude, get the fuck out of here. Get a job, bro. God damn. There's motherfucking kids somewhere who don't know where they're going to get their next meal and you're worried about somebody squatting in Nikes. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Jesus Christ. Next one's good. Next one's good. Kind of controversial. Either that or you've never discussed it before. We'll see. I'm sure Nick's got something to say about the person wearing the wrong type of shoes. Jesus Christ, dude. What if I was wearing squatting shoes to run? What would you say then? Come on. That needs to fade a lot more. Don't stop behind the tree. All right, luckily, it don't matter. We gotta hit a low lofted club anyway. Let's make sure we're wearing golf shoes. Am I wearing golf shoes? Yep, FootJoy. I'm wearing golf shoes, so we should be fucking fine. Some people have nothing better to do, folks, including skinny little Nick. You can see that was about one of those shots that would hit you in the eye socket and send you to the hospital. Really bad strike. What's important is that we're getting our repetitions in, right? That's what I keep telling myself. 130. That was not enough club, if you can believe that. That was not quite enough club. We got a Putski forthcoming. 44 plus 13 is going to equal 57. I misread the breaker. I pulled it. Which one was it? It was slightly pulled, but it was mostly a misread. Let's move over to the right side of the tee box here like adults. And we know we're going to slice. So let's aim about right there. Right there. Little slicey slice. Little dicey dice. Still not sure how tall of a tee to use with these woods, these I2 woods. If anyone has any knowledge in the chat. Over the top and Healy. We'll get you usually a little fairway finder. Depends on how much of both of those things you were. 175. That was just about our club, I think. Not a bad one. What do we got? A little nasty little putt here. We're leaking. We'll go over here. We only need to hit about 10 feet of field to get this to the pin. It still doesn't look like it wants to stop in the circle. You guys, the guys who choose these courses for their leagues, some of them do a lot of research and they find the shittiest courses they can think of. And this one appears to be no different. Really kind of uncharacteristically difficult greens. But it is up to that league guy to pick his own shit, right? That's none of my business. That's going to be off the fairway, I think. 58 yards out of the rough. That's going to be a sand wedge. Little left. Let's aim a little left here. I'm going to go take me a hot shower when I'm done in here. I do not feel well at all. Ten, 15 footer here. Shit, that almost came in the back door. No pun intended. Oh, God. Good shot, 130 to the pin. Plus we're going uphill. And then I owe you a TikTok. Bounce right. What do we got here? Leaky, leaky, leaky. 28 footer. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Fast forward here. 21 plus 14. What do we got now? 400 yard. Let's look at a TikTok. I'm trying to keep this as entertaining as I can here, guys. Okay, what do you guys think about this one? This is Christopher Walker clocking in. People should clock in when they leave home, not when they get to work. The commute isn't free time. Gas, traffic, road rage, and mental breakdowns, yeah, that's billable. Christopher, I don't entirely disagree with you, but I live about 10 to 15 minutes from where I work, depending on traffic. How would you feel if you had a coworker that had a 2-hour commute each way, so they were getting paid for 4 hours of commute time while your sorry ass was at work for like 7.5 of your shift? How would you feel about that? How would you feel if people were charging for their commute so that they couldn't make the 8 a.m. meeting, but you lived 15 minutes from your job so you were able to make the meeting? Like, we got to draw the line somewhere. I think saying commuting is billable, but under certain circumstances. Because I have coworkers who commute an hour to work each way. So I don't know if I necessarily agree with you wholeheartedly there, buddy, but maybe there is some middle ground. Your employer doesn't choose where you live, okay? So it's kind of tough to justify billing for commute time. But I'm open to suggestion, mostly because I don't give a fuck. I live 15 minutes from where I work, and I'm sure some of the people who live further away than that are finding a way to charge for that time in some other way, some other shape, way, or form, right? They're justifying the billing for the commute to themselves in some way. We should be safe. It might bump up on the fairway. We still got 183 to go. Let's call it 180, but we're hitting out of the rough. So let's try this club here. Little bit of a fade. Good shot. That should be right up there. We're putting, that's all I know. Viper Video, welcome to the chat. What do you got for us? He says, no one's forcing you to take a job hours one way. That's your choice. Find a different job. I agree. I agree. Because if I was at work for 7.5 hours out of my shift physically ass in seat, but somebody who lived up in Malad or something up in Idaho was able to charge for their commute down here to Roy, they would barely be on campus for like maybe five hours of their shift, maybe 4. And you're just basically getting paid to sit in your car and listen to fucking podcasts or whatever. I don't necessarily agree with what that last gentleman was saying. ProTee didn't pick my putt up, which is a little bit disturbing. Maybe I had my fat bald head over it for too long. There it went. Okay, what do we got here? 17th hole. It is pretty early, way earlier than I usually end my live streams, so let's look at another TikTok. This gal's name is Amber Dawn. She has 2 first names. She says, don't worry if we to get her. You never going through shit alone, especially not my phone. So Amber says, she's basically trying to say, don't worry about going through shit alone, we're a team. But then she kind of turns it around and turns it into a joke at the end, saying that you're not going to go through her phone. Usually if somebody doesn't want you pawing through their phone, I would ask, do you have a need to go through their phone? And B, if somebody doesn't want you going through their phone or won't give you the unlock code to it, like say you're just checking a grocery list or something, they're probably hiding something. But that's not for me to say. I'm a happily married man. I can get into my wife's phone. She can get into mine. I got nothing to hide. I don't have like OnlyFans subscriptions and shit that I'm trying to hide. This is playing almost 150, but not quite. Did I slap the shit out of it? Don't hit the sidewalk. Is that a cart path? Pretty narrow cart path. That shot happens outside on occasion, so I know it's not the launch monitor or the software. Oh, these greens are so brutal. And they're only playing 10 stimps, the funny part. Allegedly. Allegedly. Guys, I can't wait for that ping answer putter to come in the mail so I can use for golf's sake's advice to get it polished up and looking pretty. There will be no winning today. That ball probably would have fallen in real life, but there's obviously some chance that it would not have. We're not probably going to hit a 300-yard drive. Yeah, guys, I feel like this is the same 9 holes back to back off of different tees or something maybe. Let's check out another TikTok. We're moving along at a pretty good clip, and it's probably because I don't give a shit what shots I'm hitting here. And we're 7 over par. This has been a pretty bad couple of rounds. This one's interesting. I don't usually get male TikToks in my feed. And I don't influence in any way. I don't like anything. I don't subscribe to anybody. This guy's name is Atomic Vegans. It's a hobby of mine. Hashtag vegan, hashtag vegan TikTok. Guys, I don't care if you're vegan or vegetarian or you only eat meat exclusively or you eat dick or you eat asshole or you eat pussy. I don't really care. Just make sure you're inhaling enough nutrition to keep yourself alive. This guy says, I love triggering fragile masculinity. What is fragile masculinity? Aren't those kind of like oxymoron? Isn't that an oxymoron? But this jackass says he loves triggering fragile masculinity by eating vegan chicken wings. Does that trigger people? I don't fucking care what this dude eats. He doesn't enjoy or like, he loves triggering fragile masculinity by eating vegan chicken wings. Motherfucker, first of all, how would I know you were eating vegan chicken wings? It just looks like a fucking chicken wing. It's got some barbecue sauce on it. How would I know you were eating that? Are you in the restaurant and you announce it to everybody? Because if you're one of those fuck faces, then I even further don't care what you're saying. And secondly, if you are vegan and you don't think it's okay to eat meat or meat products or anything like that, I don't exactly know what vegans do because I don't give a fuck. Why are you eating something that's shaped like and is supposed to imitate meat? Shouldn't you be eating like vegetables and fruits and legumes and berries and fucking twigs and nuts? If you're vegan and you don't agree with killing animals to make meat, why are you eating something that's shaped like meat and is supposed to taste like meat? I don't get it. That's like if I was against eating dick because I thought it was like immoral, indecent, or illegal. So I found something that was shaped exactly like and tasted exactly like a dick. But it wasn't a real dick, so it didn't count. Like, I don't get it. Maybe somebody can explain it in the fucking chat. Who gives a fuck? Eat your vegan chicken wings. I don't get it, guys. Anyway, thank you, Atomic Vegans. That might be our last TikTok of the day. Licks and Nibbles says it probably would trigger the shoe guy. Good one, dude. I like that. The shoe guy is certainly going to have an opinion about you eating a vegan chicken wing. Jesus, dude. What is this world coming to? I'm getting too old. Just need to leave this world behind. We're blocked out. Son of a bitch. What was the shoe guy's name? Eric or something? Alex. It was Alex. Alex is fucking rolling over in his grave right now. Guys, what kind of shot do we have here? We got to hit a high lofted club. Let's see if I can blast something up and over these trees. No, I think we hit a couple of colliders. No, I think we got it. But the ball's rolling backwards on the fairway. What the fuck is wrong with this golf course? It's like it's on the moon or something. This is playing 140 with a tailwind. Vegan chicken wings. If you don't like to eat meat, why are you eating things that look like meat and try to imitate meat? Just fucking eat meat. Just fucking eat a hamburger. Oh, Jesus. All right, I'm getting a little fired up here. It's the end of the broadcast, though. We're on the 18th hole. Maybe we'll look at one more TikTok. The golf's been abysmal, I'd say at best. Oh, come on, dude. Fucking GS Pro. Fucking GS Pro. All right, guys, we finished with a 78. Pretty short course. It seemed to me like it was the same 9 holes back to back. But it was 35 out and 36 in. And the yardage is different by a couple of 100 yards. I'm pretty sure those were the same holes. Let's look at stats. 11 pars, 1 birdie, 4 bogeys, 2 doubles. That sucks. We had a 250-yard drive with the Ping I2 1 wood. It's literally made of wood, guys, so give me a break. And we were able to get 150 miles an hour of ball speed. But I think that might have been when I was using the G430 driver. We had 44% greens in regulation, 57% fairways, 72 feet of putting. I'd say nothing to write home about. Let's get back out to the GS Pro splash screen and look at another TikTok. You guys, I see this same topic roll through my TikTok feed from time to time. Not going to pretend to understand it. I feel like my wife and I both benefit equally from the marriage. But this person's name is Dreamy fucking whatever. And the caption says, marriage benefits are uneven. Men benefit more from marriage than women in measurable ways, including longer life expectancy, better mental health, improved career outcome, etc., so forth and so on. I couldn't be bothered to capture it all. I would say that the people that are saying shit like this, that either men benefit more from marriage or women benefit more from marriage, are a loud minority. I think a good marriage should benefit both parties equally. And sometimes it's going to be 60-40 or 70-30, but that doesn't last for very long. It eventually balances itself out. I'm guessing this is clickbait or rage bait or whatever they're calling it. Guys, I've been married for 25 years, and I could tell you that both my wife and I benefit greatly from the marriage. I'd say it's mostly 50-50, sometimes maybe 60-40. Okay? Sometimes I'm doing more shit for her than she's doing for me. Sometimes she's doing more shit for me than I'm doing for her. But it ultimately balances out in the end. And I'd say that if this person really feels this way, don't get married. You're probably not mature enough to be in a relationship like that. And if you already are married and you feel like your husband's benefiting more from the marriage than you are, file for divorce. Stop bitching about it on TikTok. Go talk to an attorney. And most of all, fuck off. There you go. All right, guys, this has been a TurbodTalon production. We played my league at Serenity Falls, and then we played the No Pros League at some golf course I already can't remember, but I think it was the same 9 holes back to back. Do we have anything in the chat? We do not. Guys, I really appreciate your participation. Thanks for joining in the live stream. I probably won't see you tomorrow because I got to work a couple hours later than normal, but that is part of being an adult. And I might be seeing my swing coach on Thursday. So there's some likelihood I might not see you guys until Friday. But I'm golfing on Friday, so I might not see you then either. You guys, you'll know when my live stream's going to start because there will be a little thing in YouTube. But anyhow, this is Turbo Talon Golf. I'm signing out. I will see you guys the next time I see you. You guys have a good